The thing that is really powerful about Paths is watching students behave differently because of it. Watching students solving their own problems, young students solving their own problems.
Paths works for all students, all teachers. Paths is in over 35 countries. So this is a universal program.
And when we teach children skills that help them to get along, it improves their ability to become good citizens and good learners.
Social emotional learning is fundamental if we want to see a well-rounded, happy, and healthy child.
It's helping children and adults and all of us understand how to get along with each other, how to be able to calm ourselves down, how to be able to form relationships and maintain those relationships.
And it makes students really think about how wonderful they are, which is the root of what we're trying to do, to let students know how valued they are in the school.
With our Paths program, I see students having more empathy for one another and then thinking about choices before they make them.
It's creating a safe environment to develop social and emotional skills, but also to learn anything. And then we develop problem-solving skills, helping children to become independent problem solvers.
Once you have a really good foundation in social emotional learning, that's when true learning can happen. It is an investment of time, but it's so well worth it because it works.
Paths training does make a big difference in how the curriculum is implemented and how the teachers take ownership of it. And when teachers feel ownership of something, they get more excited about it.
It's very interactive and it's fun.
It requires participants to jump right in and actually experience the same thing the children will experience.
Paths is not just for the students, it's for me as well. And I have to constantly remind myself I'm working with children. I need to be able to stop, take a deep breath, and I need to be able to evaluate the situation. So I'm constantly modeling that for them as well as myself.
So the training gives our teachers and our educators across the district intentional practices to work better with their scholars.
There's no doubt that Paths improves academic performance, and it goes back to how our brain works. So in Paths, the first thing we want people to be able to do is to calm down, to recognize what feelings they're having and be able to regulate those feelings. And once they're in a calmer state, they're much better able to engage those higher level thinking processes and to think through good solutions for problems that they're facing.
We know with SEL, academic achievement goes up.
Students with high SEL skills actually have 11% higher reading scores on achievement tests than students who do not.
There really is nothing I can imagine that anyone would learn in any domain of learning that wouldn't be facilitated by having the skills we teach children in Paths.
What we can point to is dramatic reductions in serious safety issues in our schools, dramatic reductions in suspensions and expulsions, much more orderly and engaged classrooms and schools across the district. All of those are leading indicators that Paths is having the positive impact for kids that we want.
If you go into a school that is really using Paths well, you feel a difference in the climate. It's palpable.
Paths is not just something that's taught in the classroom, but something that pervades the whole environment. Not just the hallways and the playground and the lunchroom, but also the way teachers interact with each other and teachers interact with parents.
I strongly recommend that my peers around the country look at Paths particularly as a way to ensure that their students have the social and emotional learning competencies they need and deserve to be full adults in our community, to have great achievement in their future, to make sure that they get the education that they deserve.
The impact that we're having in kids' lives is going to pay huge dividends in their adult lives. The kids that successfully go through Paths, more of them will be employed, more of them will have more satisfying and stable relationships. So many ripple effects that we're going to see from the work that we're doing.
You have everything you need right there to provide you with a solid social and emotional experience for your students.
And we now know that when we do good quality social emotional learning for everyone as a universal prevention program, just like we do fluoride for tooth decay, that we can prevent these problems in many, many children and improve the quality of life.